Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of VolTalk. My name is Courtney Cox, and I'm so excited for our guests this evening. Today, we have our UT Student Body President, Ovi Kabir. Just want to say thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to come and hang out with me this evening. It's an honor and a pleasure.
Well, yeah, no, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. You know, I've always been a big fan of the channel, so I'm just so excited to be able to be here with you today.
Oh, thank you. I'm flattered. I think we're all flattered. So for those who don't know, what exactly is SGA and what is the purpose and the goal for this year for you all?
Yeah, so what Student Government Association really is a link to advocate for students, take their concerns and suggestions, and how can we bring those to come to light, whether that's with UT administration or higher up. SGA is broken down into three main branches. That's our first year. That's our student senate, which those students are voted into the positions they are. And additionally, under them is first year council, where our first years on this campus who can kind of advocate for students of their first year. Additionally, we have our student services, and the student services branch has 9 different committees that tackle different issues like diversity, environmental sustainability, and the list goes on. And finally, there's the executive branch. That's where I reside in. And so our 3 main members, myself being the president, our vice president, and as well as our student services director, are all voted in, and we have a cabinet as well. So we really try to advocate for students to be there, be seen, be heard, and make sure that students don't just have a seat at the table, but they also have a voice at the table.
Wow, you coming with the heat this evening. Okay, so what exactly are some policies that you are excited to be working on this year, and can you give us some details about them? Just a little.
Yeah. You know, and I won't go on and on, but some of the initiatives that we've been working on this semester that have been successful is one of our ones that we're super excited about was our free water kneeling initiative. What we did was we were able to bring in form of 3 water coolers that hold about 125 gallons each and put them in Neyland Stadium for game days, so students could go get some cups for it, fill them up free of charge, and be able to drink water, because a lot of times it's very difficult to get water there. Instead of you have to pay $6 for a water bottle there. Additionally, we have allowed that students can bring clear water bottles where they can fill up those water bottles and drink that during the game time. In addition to that, another initiative that we've been starting is our SGA Vol Rides. That essentially is on Friday morning, 7:30 to 10 a.m. Myself and some other of our executive members are riding in UT's Best Whip. It's one of our favorite golf carts, and it's giving free rides to students. You just have to DM us, send us a message, and we'll pick you up if you're on campus and take you to class. So just really quickly, those are 2 initiatives that we've been working really hard on. Wow,
so you have been like coming in, you hit the ground running, and you're already like changing things, and you are making a name for yourself. So like, thank you so much for that. And you are like really doing it. So for the first time in history, the top 3 positions in SGA are being held by students of color, which is a little bit disappointing because you would have thought, oh, by now UT would have done this, but it's also mind-blowing. So how did you feel when you found out that you were elected as our student body president?
Yeah, and I'll speak about that first on having a full slate of people of color on our exec that hasn't been done before, or our 3 main positions. It's exciting, and of course I wish it would have happened earlier. However, something has to start somewhere, you know? I think in a time where diversity and inclusion are, we have issues of those on our campus and across America as a whole, I think it's important to see that your elected leaders sometimes might be people from minority populations are underrepresented, and so you can kind of look up to them. In addition, I think it speaks a lot about our campus as a whole, that, you know, our campus and many of the students on here really feel that they want diversity in positions that help them out. And then to speak on the other part, how did I feel when I was elected? You know, I was on cloud 9 for a little bit, you know. The stress was off my shoulders, and I was extremely grateful. I mean, I think gratitude is the one word that encompasses it, because it showed that so many students believed in me, and it wasn't just, you know, my roommates, my mom, my girlfriend, you know, I had a few more people than that. And it means a lot that people would put their trust in me for the promises and initiatives that I promised, but also they felt that I was the best person for that role. So it meant a lot to me, but, you know, with great power comes a lot of responsibility, and so that fell on my shoulders too. So it was a mix of everything, but gratitude would be the #1 thing.
Okay, wow. So in the middle of your campaign, did you ever feel like, oh my God, Ovi, I'm in way over my head. It's like, it's the middle of campaign season. It's like, did you ever just think and be like, I think I made a mistake here? And you were like, it's a little too much for me?
It's tough. I think a lot of things happen behind the scenes that students really don't know about. It's really draining, you know? And I think not just this position, but running for any type of position or going for any type of student leader position on this campus, it's tough on our students. It can be overwhelming because we're here as students first, you know, and we want to be involved. We want to help our campus, you know, but sometimes we forget we have to worry about our education. We have to worry about what we're doing here so we can make that bread later on, you know. Yeah. But during the time, it was tough. And if I didn't have the rocks I have in my life, it would have been very difficult. I had a lot of people who had my back who told me that when it was my hard days, because everyone has dark days, you know, they said you can get up. And I think one thing sometimes is misleading is that as a student leader and other people in different positions, we want to just highlight the great things, that everything's perfect, this is great, you know, we're doing this, we are grinding. But a lot of times we all have those days that it is tough to get out of bed. It is tough to hold your head up high. It's tough to see that light at the end of the tunnel. So it's not just certain students feeling that. All students feel that, all student leaders. And I would say there were many times I had to have conversations with people who helped me out. And I would tell any student that regardless of what you're feeling, whether if you're feeling overwhelmed, don't be embarrassed. Don't feel like you can't ask for help. Ask people for help, you know? Everyone goes through that, so you should not feel any different.
Wow, thank you so much. And just to wrap up, what exactly do you think are some good qualities a student should have if they even want to consider joining SGA? Like, for those who are interested but like don't know what they may need to join. Yeah,
I mean, man, everyone should be part of SGA. I say that, you know, like it really is. There's so many different ways to get involved, whether that is the end of your springtime if you want to run for a Senate seat, or if you're a first year and you can apply for first year council during your fall semester, or throughout the whole year, we're allowing students to come for student services. So join 9 of our different committees, one of our largest branches on campus. So if you want to make a difference on this campus, if you want to advocate for students, student government is the best way to do that, I feel. There are other ways to do it, but just get involved. And I would say that if you're a student watching this, you know, and you just want to make a difference, the first thing, easiest thing to do is join an organization and see what they're about and do that. And then next step, do something else. I'd love it to be student government, but that might not be your cup of tea. So find a student org that you love and you want to do it, and then throughout time, you'll see a difference that you're making on this community.
Okay, wow. Everybody, thank you so much. I just want to say thank you so much to our student body president, Ovi Kabir, for coming in today. And real quick, can you just give like a shout out to like what your Twitter is?
Oh,
so, like,
yeah.
we can keep up
I would love to give a shout out to my Twitter. Thank you for having me, Courtney. I really appreciate it. But my Twitter is @the_Ovi_Kabir. And if you love dogs, you should really follow my pet dog, Mowgli. That's Mowgli the Corgi, @Mowgli the Corgi. He has an Instagram, but he's a little more popular than I am. So. Well, thank you again, Courtney. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Anytime you are welcome, you can definitely come back. Thank you all so much for watching Featured Guests for this week. Up next, we're going to have Matt and Mara with Hot Topics. Thank you so much.